Well, today one of my clients asked me about my parents, and she literally asked me the specific question. She said, "So like, what was it like, when you lost them? When you were 9 years old, basically, how did you feel?" And I really had to sit with that question for a minute because that's not something I think about often. Like, of course I remember it. I remember the time they died. I remember exactly where I was at. After thinking about it, the only word I can really think about is sad. Like, it was very sad for me as a child to watch everyone else with their parents, and I didn't have any. And I was very involved in everything. So, like, to never have them at any of my award ceremonies, at my games. I played every sport in middle school, and then I cheered in everything through high school. Going to college, not having them there, it was sad. But the thing that really hit me the most out of our conversation, because we talked about everything, like from their sicknesses to when I found out. What really got me is she was like, "I'm just thinking about my daughter at 9 years old, and I would not want that for her. Like, that is so sad." And I'm like, yeah, it was actually extremely sad. And I hate that little kids have to experience grief as well. And I tell people all the time, like, grief is no different as a child than as an adult. I mean, I honestly think it might be a little worse as a child because you really don't understand what's going on. They're just here one day, gone the next. But I feel like children should really get help and get therapy. Y'all, mind you, I was 9 when my daddy died. Like, I was there when they pulled the plug. I remember everything. And then I was 14 when my mama died. Again, I remember everything. I watched her, like, gradually decline into death. I never got help. I did not get help for that until I was like 20, my junior year in college, or sophomore, one of them years. Like, I was grown when I finally got counseling for losing my parents as a child. And that really has messed with me. And when I left the gym, I was so sad because I was sitting there thinking about, and it just brought up so much childhood trauma. And I felt myself as a 9-year-old. I felt myself as a 9-year-old little girl, just feeling so sad and confused after losing my daddy, because he was literally here one day, gone the next, and seeing everybody's life just continue on. I felt so sad, but I didn't know how to express that. So I was so mean and stuff to my mom like that when my dad died. And then after mama died, I was just like, what is actually going on? Like, no, for real, what is going on? And that is, like, the grief and pain I felt is, like, kind of hard to put into words. But I'm gonna dive deeper into that. That's like a good question to help me in my healing my childhood wounds, because all I thought about was like abandonment, sadness, tears. Like, to just feel the pain that I felt at 9 years old in that very moment when she asked me how I felt, it's crazy. Like, it's insane. And I guess I'm feeling it more because my birthday's coming up and I've been trying not to think of them, but I've been so freaking sad, and like, that question just tore me up and down. Anyways, as always, grief is never linear. It hits you at different moments, and this is just the reality of my life. I will forever miss my parents. I will forever think about that time in my childhood when they died. I will forever remember exactly where I was. I will forever remember every single thing leading up to their deaths. It's a part of my story. So instead of being sad about it, like today, I let myself cry, and then I came on my run because life just goes on. Love that.